Scenes from one of the big red carpets over the weekend at the Toronto International Film Festival. Yes, that is Lil Nas X in the center. The premiere of his new documentary called Long Live Montero. Now, that went off anything but normally. There was actually a bomb threat that delayed things, although people there didn't necessarily know what was going on. And I know this because Eli was there experiencing it all.
There.
And it was kind of like you knew something was amiss, but not exactly what.
So you're on the red carpet. You know the film screening is coming up. We're supposed to start at 10, and we're looking at our watches because we're just worried, like, Lil Nas is going to show up and it's going to be pandemonium. Am I going to be able to have an interaction? So much excitement about this documentary capturing this moment in his career when he went from the guy you know from that song to touring. So a lot on the line. But then 10 o'clock is getting closer, and we're like, where's Lil Nas? The director has been here. Other members have been here. Lil Nas has not shown up. And we actually saw a security sweep. Turns out that there was a bomb threat that was called in. Now, this took place at Roy Thompson Hall in Toronto. Let me read you a statement from TIFF. They say, to our knowledge, this was a general threat and not directed at the film or the artist. But as a gay musician, he has had threats before. In fact, the documentary captures protests outside various concert halls as he's getting ready to, show what he can do. But he arrived running a little late, but we did get our moment. Police were able to secure the site. They said there was no threat, and everything happened inside Roy Thompson Hall without a hitch. And we actually had a chance to talk to Lil Nas himself, real name Montero, which is why it's called that, about why at this critical juncture in his career, he decided to have cameras follow him around for months. Take a look.
I know where I'm going in this lifetime, and I think to have it documented is going to be beautiful. I'll say that.
Part of this documentary, Long Live Montero, is actually his family, and his family embracing Montero being his full self, including being queer. And you can even hear that from his father, Robert, who was there on the carpet with us.
It's quite natural that he's going to be he's kind of nervous to do it, but but once it came out, it gave me a relief, because I kind of figured that anyway, so, but I was relieved that he was able to come out and live his life the way he wanted to live his life.
So, father there to lend support. Did you like that? Did you like the doc?
I think it's interesting. I think if you're a fan, you're going to see a different side to Lil Nas X that you don't always see, because, when he puts these amazing songs, and in particular the music videos, everything is so composed. Off camera or off stage, he's kind of a little more goofy. Just seeing him hanging with his dancers and adjusting to this new level of notoriety was really quite something.
Long Live Montero, one of the very interesting titles this year. We've talked in the last couple of days about how different it is. Far fewer A-listers because of the strikes ongoing. Who have you spotted thus far?
We had a great encounter with Elliot Page, in fact, 2 times. And so it is interesting because, of course, Elliot had his book come out. Now there's a new movie called Backspot. This is about cheerleaders starring Devery Jacobs. Elliot and Elliot's production company are actually executive producing this. I was on the carpet for that, but Elliot didn't talk. But there was another film coming called Close to You. Now, this is very interesting because it's very close to Elliot's own experience. He plays a character named Sam. Sam has transitioned. Sam has gone off to Toronto, but then Sam comes back home to see his father, I believe. And so you think of Elliot putting that all in front of the camera. How is he going to approach that? Well, Jackson Weaver was there and got the answer. Take a look.
I mean, the lead up, I was so anxious. I was like, oh no, can I really do this and what have you? And then, Dominic, our incredible director, he just creates this space, sense of safety, sense of trust, and it ended up being the most beautiful experience. I suppose the challenge is the unknown of it, but that's also the beauty of it. So the challenge is a part of what made it so special.
Certainly. Now, I was there all weekend on the red carpets, on the street. TIFF was just slammed, very busy. Maybe not as many celebrities as you'd hope, but certainly movie fans galore. I want to show you kind of a sad moment. Paul Simon was expected to be on the red carpet for his documentary. This is the photographer breaking the news to the fans waiting for an autograph that Paul Simon was not attending the premiere, at least the red carpet of the documentary. You could see the fan with such a... And we had that happen again and again. Anna Kendrick, she has a new movie she directed called Women of the Hour, and she was not on the red carpet. You didn't get a shot like that because she decided to stay home, actually sent a note with her producer saying she's proud to stand with the union. Michael Keaton, another actor-director who could have come because of the rules but chose to stay home, although the movie is premiering. So you're getting that kind of divide.
And as a result, as we've said, sometimes the Canadian stars and the Canadian films are getting even more spotlight and focus as a result of this. What are you liking as far as films thus far?
You can't do TIFF, Heather, without doing something called Midnight Madness. This is where they put the most out there, in your face, often quite violent films. And I was there, I think it was Friday night, it's all a blur, for an amazing Bollywood film called Kill. We have a shot of the cast on stage. That is about 2 a.m. Laksha is the actor on the right in the white blazer. This first film, and it's just an action film, one of the most violent things I've ever seen come from that country, but actually the audience ate it up. American fiction, you know Jeffrey Wright from Westworld, maybe playing Gordon in Batman. There is another side to him, the funniest thing he has ever done. You're going to hear a lot of people talking about him in a movie called American Fiction, where he plays an author. But I want to finish by talking about Sing Sing. Sing Sing is an amazing new film about a theater program in a prison. And this is based on a true story where you have these prisoners just to get a sense of humanity and break the tension and find another part of themselves. They put on performances. They do Shakespeare. They do silly plays, all sorts of stuff. Now it is a new movie starring Coleman Domingo. And there's an amazing actor, the man in the middle there. There I am at the after party. So that is Clarence Macklin in the middle, and on the right is John Whitfield. John is Divine G, the real person that the actor Coleman Domingo inspired. And I want to show you something that doesn't always happen at TIFF.
Okay.
There was a standing ovation for this film.
Really?
And Venice, you hear 7-minute standing ovation. There were actually 2 standing ovations at the Toronto International Film Festival. That doesn't always happen. This is an amazing, raw and real, inspiring movie about the power of art, and the audience leapt to their feet. And
does that mean fan choice potential?
A lot of people are saying that. I don't know. Perhaps Taika Waititi is here, and he's won that before, so lots of competition, but great to see the response.
That's often the precursor to what comes in award season. Eli, thank you. Great opening weekend. Come on back and tell us more as it continues. Eli with me here in studio.